All right, so anyone that's got a garden ends up with one of these beasts, all right? It's either a petrol lawnmower or an electric lawnmower. So today what we're going to be showing you is a basic service on a petrol lawnmower. Those are a bit more complicated, and that's the one generally that I want you to take care of. Now, a word of caution, when you've purchased it from builders, make sure that you keep the booklet and the date of your purchase. Because if it is in warranty, then you want to take it to a preferred dealer where it can get serviced. If it is out of warranty, then by all means, you can be doing the following and copying me. So the 3 things you need to do when doing a basic service is change a spark plug, put in a new air filter, and change the oil. That's it. First thing that we need to do is, you see this cable here? This over here is called the HT cable. If I pull this out, there's the spark plug. Never ever start fiddling with your lawnmower underneath anywhere while this cap is still on. So take that guy off there. We need a spark plug spanner. No other spanner, guys. Don't take any shortcuts here because you're going to end up breaking the spark plug off in the housing, and then there's another drama. All right, so normal spark plug spanner, pop it onto here and anti-clockwise. There we go. Nice and easy. So there we go. Keep it straight as well. As soon as you start dropping it, you'll see it doesn't turn nicely. So keep it as straight as you can. Once you've got that, you can literally just get your hands in there and out the baby comes. All right, this guy has done its job. We don't need this baby, so we put it aside. We are not yet putting the new spark plug in. All right, so your air filter is pretty simple. It's normally on the opposite side to where the exhaust is. This needs to be done on your basic service, which is done once a year. Very easy to take it off. All you do is here is press these little clips, and there we get it. Okay, you can see there's quite a bit of debris in there. Tap that out. You can also take a little brush and just clean it out. There is our air filter. It's a paper filter. All we do is take it off like that. So that guy, discarded. Next one is here, which we've picked up from our local builders. Nice and easy. And all we do is we take this baby and we pop it back in here and then get it into its clips at the bottom here. Air filter changed. Happy-go-lucky. Let's get on to the next thing. All right, next up is the changing of the oil. Now, don't get scared because it can be done, and yes, you can do it too. Now, the interesting thing with this petrol lawnmower, the plug sump is actually mounted in a very difficult position for you to actually just drain it normally. So short of undoing that plug sump, letting the oil spill all over, the other option is turning the lawnmower upside down. All right, now that makes me want to run 1,000 kilometers. So we are not going to do that. What we've got is a very, very cool hack. And what it involves is 1 times old tin, 1 times big syringe, and a little bit of tubing that you attach to it. All right, guys, so this is how we do it. Number 1 is unscrew this. This is your dipstick indicator plus your sealer. Keep that one side because we don't want to lose that. Next thing is we've got our very big syringe and our piece of clear tubing. It must just be long enough so that it can fit and get to the bottom of the sump. All right, there we go. And then all we do is pull on this guy and it literally just extracts all the old oil. Nice and easy. When you hear the bubbles and the dribbles, you know you're good. Now, next thing is you've got to dispose of this safely. What does that mean? Putting it into something else and getting it to one of your waste collection sites that make sure that they dispose of this in the proper way. Next up, now that the messy job is a bit done, all we're going to do is we're going to put in the fresh oil. Now make sure that the oil is according to the right manufacturer's specifications. Very important. We've got our dipstick on hand and then simply just take the oil and then start pouring it in. You can see by the color of that oil as we're busy pouring it in, a way different color spectrum to what we've taken out, which was dark black yucky, to this lovely, clean, viscous oil that we're now adding. Or once we've added in our 500 mils, take your dipstick, pop it in, screw it into place, then unscrew it to check your level. Nice and clean, and it's indicating that is your high level, there's the H, and there's the L, there's your low level. So our high level is already covering it. You can do that again just to double check. And that, my friends, was oil change. Nice and easy. And now we're going to get on to the next thing, which is optional, but I do suggest that you do this once a year, and that is the blade change. So all you want to do is take the mower, lean it on those two wheels opposite to you, get some blocks of wood, and then get them into a spot, and there we go. And that's going to hold our lawnmower up. Put this one over here, so in case it falls, this moves, it's still going to hit here and not land on your head. Next thing up is take a look at this blade, all right? And that is why we have not put in the spark plug, because when you start fiddling here with the blade, and if anything could go wrong, this lawnmower could start, all right? And that's not what we want. Now, number one, I can tell you that maintenance hasn't been very good on this lawnmower, because right underneath here, bits of grass underneath the chassis, and that causes rust. It causes decay, and this will mean that your chassis is going to rust before its time. When you're finished using your lawnmower, it's so important that all of this is cleaned. And it can simply be done as just taking a hose pipe and giving it a bit of a swirl, because then it doesn't become a job like this. Next up, we're going to start taking off the blade. Now, you can either use a socket wrench for this, much simpler, or you can use an ordinary spanner. Whichever you have at home, pop it on here, and this is going to be going anti-clockwise to remove it. Okay, guys, so really importantly is you've got to have your gloves on. You've got to hold this guy, because we're going to be really putting on quite a bit of force to turn this nut, because this nut is stopping this blade from flying off into the distance. Right, folks, be very careful when taking this off now that you don't lose any parts. Number one, which I'm talking about, is this collar that you can see sits there, and the washer. So take that baby off, put it one side. This guy, away he goes, and we have got our new blade right here. So here we've got the new blade, and you can see this area over here slightly recessed. That then goes on. Take the parts that you put aside and just pop that baby on. Really, guys, make sure that this is very tight. This is one of your biggest safety aspects. And folks, the same principle applies when replacing a blade on an electric lawnmower. The next thing to do is to use a lubricant and give a treatment to all moving parts. So that would be wheels, anywhere where there are some springs, and your adjusting handle of the height of your lawnmower. Another good tip is to go around and take a look at all nuts and bolts and make sure that they are nicely tightened. Okay, guys, everything's been done now. Last step, which is, remember what we started off right in the beginning, is to take our new spark plug and to pop it in. Start off with your hand, getting it in there, because remember I said it's quite delicate. Make sure that your thread is right. You can feel it going. There we go. And let's get our spanner, and let's get this baby in. Perfect. Put our HT cord back on, and this baby is set to go for the entire next summer season. Guys, it's these little things that really are going to make the difference, like we know to anything that we own. Well, there you go, folks. If you enjoyed this clip, go and take a look at our Builders YouTube channel, where you can find out more tips on things like this and how to become a better gardener.